Good morning, everybody. It is God o'clock, which this morning was 5 in the morning. It's my fault that I'm tired because I watched a whole season of The Kings of Pain during the Sabbath day, which was hilarious. I loved it because basically two Americans are going, or an American and Australian go into the jungle and find the things that hurt when they bite you. And I think that's beautiful. But I stayed up a long time. Ooh, but God woke me up, and I'm so thankful for that. Um, the Bible never fails to crack me up. Uh, just it's different from what I thought it would be. When I actually started reading it for myself, it's a lot more entertaining. When I'm not reading it to pick apart a verse or to study it, when I'm reading it as a letter or, as a series of letters or um, an actual book, right? Like an anthology, right? It just makes me so giddy. So this morning, um, I read all of Galatians. I love how sassy Paul is. Paul, let's see. The funny part that I love is like the last bit of the book, or the last bit of the letter. That would be Galatians 6:11 to 18. This man says, "Watch what I say next. It's all in big handwriting. I'm writing it with my own fingers. Look at me." I'm like, uh-oh. Pay attention to what he's saying next. Those who are trying to force you to be circumcised want to look good to others. They don't want to be persecuted for teaching that the cross of Christ alone can save. Even those who advocate for circumcision don't keep the whole law themselves. Hypocrites. Um, they only want you to be circumcised so they can boast about it and claim you are their disciples. As for me, may I never boast about anything except the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ. Because of that cross, my interest in this world has been crucified, and the world's interest in me has been crucified. It doesn't matter whether we've been circumcised or not. What counts is whether we have been transformed into a new creation. May God's peace and mercy be upon all those who live by this principle. They are the new people of God. Number 17, I felt in my soul. Verse 17. From now on, don't let anyone trouble me with these things, for I bear on my body the scars that show I belong to Jesus. Don't let anyone trouble me with these things. That means hush up. I said what I said. If you forgot what I said, I have a whole letter in the first couple of chapters. Go back and read it. People are saying, like, I don't know about you, but Galatians is like, we're gonna set the record straight here because I've heard things going on at your house that I know for sure I fixed. Where is it? There's even a verse. Yep. Galatians chapter 4, verse 20. This one made me this one felt like Paul was so relatable to me. Verse 20 says, "Oh my dear, no. Yeah, 20. I'll do 19 and 20. That's better. So, Galatians chapter 4, verses 19 and 20. Oh, my dear children, I feel as if I'm going through labor pains for you again, and they will continue until Christ is fully developed in your lives. I wish I were with you right now so I could change my tone, but at this distance, I don't know how else to help you." Poor Paul. Paul is going through it because his ducklings are not listening, right? So he thought they were good. He gave them the message. He got them all set up where they're supposed to go. And then he went to help other people. And he's hearing, because, as a good mama, he's got some spies around, talking back to him, right? This is what's happening with your kids. Is someone watching your kids? Like, it takes a village to raise a child kind of feel. So his village is saying your babies are doing wrong, and someone's coming over and teaching them new things that they're believing, and they're forgetting what you taught them. So then now you, as a parent, have to go back and talk to your kids. But Paul is a whole church leader in a different part. So his letter has to be him. It's like when you get a phone call from the school, right? Like when I used to get a phone call from the school from about Josiah, and they're like, "Can you talk to your son really quickly about like what's happening?" I'm like, "Put me on speakerphone. Baby, can you hear me? Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Are you okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you do it? I will see you when I get home." Right? It's the same feel for poor Paul. He was like, if I could telephone, I would. But right now I have to write this letter. I heard things are happening. Here's how it's supposed to be, how I am doing it. 1, 2, and 3. Do you understand? Okay, I'll be better next time. You'll be better next time. We'll do this better. So that's what I love how relatable the Bible is. Because if you read it just to read it, it's much more applicable to everyday life than if you read it to study it. Oh, here's my guest. So, I don't know. That was just God talking to me today. Was just Paul had his problems, and he had his relationship problems too. And as a teacher, Paul did his best, no matter where he was with his kids. That's a word for the day. Happy Sunday.